When we look at satellite images or remote sensing data, one of the most important concepts we hear about is resolution. At first, the word resolution may sound technical, but the idea is actually very simple. Resolution basically means how much detail a sensor can capture. The higher the resolution, the more detailed the information becomes. But in remote sensing, resolution is not just one thing. There are different types of resolution, and each one tells us something different about the sensor's capability. The four main types of resolution in remote sensing are spatial resolution, spectral resolution, temporal resolution, and radiometric resolution. Let's understand them one by one in a very simple way. First is spatial resolution, which is the easiest to understand. Spatial resolution tells us how small an object a satellite can detect on the ground. In simple terms, it describes the size of one pixel in an image. Technically, spatial resolution refers to the sensor's ability to distinguish spatially separated features, while pixel size or ground sampling distance describes the ground area represented by each pixel. They are closely related, but they are not exactly the same thing. For example, imagine a satellite image where one pixel represents 30 meters on the ground. This means anything smaller than 30 meters may not be clearly visible. This does not mean that anything smaller than 30 meters automatically becomes invisible. Actual detectability depends on factors such as the object's contrast, shape, surrounding pixels, and the sensor's imaging characteristics. If a satellite has 1 meter spatial resolution, each pixel represents only 1 meter on the ground, so the image becomes much sharper and more detailed. Think of zooming into a photo on your phone. A high-resolution image stays clear when zoomed in, while a low-resolution image becomes blurry and pixelated. That is exactly what spatial resolution means in remote sensing. High spatial resolution satellites can capture fine details like roads, vehicles, buildings, and small fields. Low spatial resolution satellites capture larger areas but with less detail. For example, Landsat has about 30-meter spatial resolution. Sentinel-2 has 10-meter resolution for some bands. Commercial satellites like WorldView can have sub-meter resolution. Now let's move to spectral resolution. Spectral resolution tells us how detailed a sensor is in separating different wavelengths of light. Remember that satellites capture energy in bands. Spectral resolution describes how narrow or wide those bands are. More technically, it describes the sensor's ability to distinguish relatively small differences in wavelength, and it depends on the spectral response characteristics and bandwidth of the sensor's bands. Imagine trying to identify different shades of color. If you group many shades together and simply call them red, you lose detail. That is like a wide spectral band. But if you separate every tiny shade individually, you can detect much finer differences. That is like narrow spectral bands. Sensors with high spectral resolution can distinguish very subtle differences between materials. Also, a spectral band is not usually a perfectly sharp wavelength interval. The sensor has a spectral response across a range of wavelengths. For example, healthy vegetation, dry vegetation, and stressed vegetation may look similar in normal images, but high spectral resolution sensors can separate them. Multispectral satellites capture a limited number of broad bands, while hyperspectral sensors capture hundreds of very narrow bands. This makes hyperspectral remote sensing extremely useful for mineral identification, crop analysis, and environmental studies. Next comes temporal resolution. Temporal resolution refers to how often a satellite revisits and captures the same location on Earth. More precisely, it describes the frequency at which observations of the same area can be acquired. Some satellites may image the same place every day, while others may take several days or weeks. These values describe nominal revisit characteristics. But the actual availability of a usable image can be affected by factors such as cloud cover, acquisition planning, and viewing conditions. High temporal resolution is very important for monitoring changes over time. For example, tracking floods, monitoring crop growth, observing wildfires, studying deforestation, and watching weather systems. If a satellite revisits frequently, we can detect changes much faster. Think of it like security cameras. A camera taking one picture every hour may miss important events, but a camera recording continuously captures much more information. That is basically temporal resolution. And for a changing phenomenon, the useful temporal resolution depends on how quickly that phenomenon changes. Now let's talk about radiometric resolution. Radiometric resolution refers to how sensitive a sensor is in detecting differences in energy or brightness. In simple terms, it describes how many brightness levels a sensor can record. Imagine a black and white image. If the image only has a few shades of gray, subtle differences become difficult to see. But if the image contains many shades of gray, tiny brightness differences become visible. That is radiometric resolution. For example, an 8-bit image can store 256 brightness levels. A 12-bit image can store 4096 brightness levels. Higher radiometric resolution allows satellites to detect subtle differences in temperature, moisture, vegetation health, and surface reflectance. However, bit depth alone does not determine the sensor's practical sensitivity. Sensor noise, dynamic range, detector performance, and signal-to-noise ratio also affect how well small differences can actually be detected. These digital values are not simply physical brightness values. They represent the sensor's quantized measurements and can be converted to physical quantities through calibration. This becomes very important in scientific analysis where small differences matter. Now here's something important. Improving one type of resolution often affects another. For example, a satellite with extremely high spatial resolution may cover a smaller area or revisit less frequently. Similarly, hyperspectral sensors produce huge amounts of data, which increases storage and processing requirements. So satellite designers must balance different types of resolution depending on the mission goals. Different applications require different resolutions. For example, weather satellites usually need high temporal resolution because weather changes quickly. Urban mapping needs high spatial resolution. Mineral exploration benefits from high spectral resolution. Climate studies often require high radiometric accuracy. More precisely, climate and quantitative remote sensing applications may require high radiometric quality and stability, not simply high radiometric resolution. No single satellite is best at everything. That's why modern remote sensing often combines data from multiple satellites together. For example, scientists may combine high spatial resolution imagery with high temporal resolution data to get both detail and frequent updates. Think of a satellite sensor as a camera with 4 different questions. Spatial asks, how much detail can I see? Spectral asks, how finely can I separate wavelengths? Temporal asks, how often can I look again? And radiometric asks, how finely can I distinguish differences in signal? At the end of the day, the easiest way to remember the 4 types of resolution is this. Spatial resolution equals how small an object you can see. Spectral resolution equals how detailed the wavelength information is. Temporal resolution equals how often the satellite revisits. Radiometric resolution equals how sensitive the sensor is to brightness differences. Together, these resolutions determine how useful and accurate remote sensing data becomes for studying the Earth. And remember, these 4 resolutions describe different aspects of a sensor's capability, so a sensor can be excellent in one type of resolution without necessarily being the best in all 4.